You know, I hear that dungeons can be quite delicious. So let's watch some more goddamn Dungeon Meshi. Frickin' hell, let's watch some more of that good stuff. Been a while since I last recorded, since, well, other things kind of got in the way, putting it mildly. But, Dungeon Meshi time. As a show that has, like, been driving me moderately insane with the level of character design and animation quality that's on display. Because, like, the original manga is good, I should stress. I really do recommend the original manga to anyone who might be interested. Like, it has a really strong sense of, like, aesthetic and character design sensibility and some fantastic world building, but that the anime has managed to translate all of this so well, while also just presenting some genuinely just gorgeous TV animation. Is just, I eat so freaking well with this anime. But welcome to a watch-along reaction video for Dungeon Meshi Episode 7. 8. One of the two. It's Dungeon Meshi Episode something or other. I think it's 8. And the way that these work is that there's a timer up there in the top left corner of the screen, which will tell you where I am in the episode. And you use that in order to tell you where I'm actually... There. It counts down because we're on Netflix. And you use that to help you synchronize with where I am in the episode so that we're watching the same things as we go. And you also use the screenshots, the still shots that you'll get up on screen whenever I am paused to help you synchronize with where exactly I am in the episode so that we both know what we're both looking at and we can sort of go from there, right? And I'm going to give a countdown before we start the episode all the way back from 0000. And then you're going to press play at the same time, and then we're going to watch together, and I'm going to do my commentary. But every once in a while, there might be something that I feel like, oh shit, I need to talk a little bit more about that. Then I can't just say that while the episode is playing. I have to pause to say this. And when that happens, I will give you a countdown again. 3, 2, 1, pause, right? And then you'll pause, and I'll say my stuff. And then once I'm done, I'll say 3, 2, 1, unpause, and then we keep watching the episode together. Sound about right to you? Sure sounds about right to me. So, let me just check that all my settings are the way that I like my settings to be. They seem to be. And let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, go. You can't see it on my avatar, but I'm just vibing. Ooh. Food poisoning. Dumbass. Marcel backstory. Nepo baby. Lovely hands on that lady. God, it's so nice to have character designs of like women that are like that like have the whole of human of like expression in like what a person can look like at stages in their life. This is such cool magic, like such a cool magic system. Oh, poor dog. She was a golden child, huh? Hey, look who that we have got here. That looks like the beginning of a beautiful friendship between girls who are friends, gals who are pals. Two, one. Yeah. Pals who are gals. Gals who are pals. Fallon, I love you so much. You're so fun. The blinding radiance of another girl's ass in front of her. Yeah. Pals who are gals. Ooh, that's a lovely running animation. Oh, 3D animated water. Or, well, some kind of visual effect water. God, and the animation is just really high quality. Book smart girl, and then nature smart girl. Pals who are gals. Of course, you don't have to read it. Like, you don't have to read it as romantic, but the coding is there, right? The possibility is in there. She said to keep your feet dry. I really like that she, like, fletching her staff. That is like this. It's gorgeous. The composition of it, like just the. Bugs, probably. That's another lovely little detail that everyone in class knows Marciel's name already, but Fallon doesn't. So no preconception, right? The spiral is a good visual there. Gals who are pals. Pals who are gals. Just females who are friends. Just okay. 3, 2, 1. Pause. Little things. It's little things in the show. This little, just this, right? Marcille standing up, right? That's theoretically, you can do that with a very simple animation, which is just like the character rising into frame, right? There are shortcuts, there are really simple ways to achieve that kind of emotion. But how does Studio Trigger do it? Right? The whole thing of like, you see she's winding up for the rise by lowering her head down, like tilting her body weight forward, shifting around. You can see in the motion that she's making how her legs are shifting underneath her to sort of get up on the knee and get up so that she can rise. And then she rises like hunched over forward, arms forward, like sort of hanging down in front of her, and then slowly stands up. And that's like, there are such simpler ways to do a character standing up. Like there's so many ways you can cheat. There's so many little shortcuts you can take to have a character stand up with a minimum amount of actual animation work. And they go through the motion of fully portraying the physicality of it. And it's little things like that. Same thing here with the poking animation, right? For a comedy moment like this, when it's like one character's like poking another in order to sort of get them moving, you can kind of just make that essentially a 2-frame loop with the staff away and the staff poking, like duk 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 duk, easily, like that for like a comedy lighthearted scene that would work just fine. But again, Trigger not only animate like the staff and the shoulders and like the thing, but the whole upper body and like everything hand animated in full animation, which is like, so much of this show is full animation, which is so impressive. Okay, by the way, I should probably define that term. Full animation, okay. Probably easier to define the opposite. Limited animation, right? Limited animation is when you have a character who's talking, and this is very common in anime. Character who's talking, but the only thing that's happening while they're talking is that their lips are flapping, right? Like that the mouth is opening and closing sort of rhythmically in time with the words, but nothing else is happening, right? That's limited animation because you are animating a limited part of the character. You're just animating the mouth, doing the mouth flaps, because that's a lot less work than animating like the whole complicated rigmarole of like the ways that a face moves when it talks. So that's limited animation, right? Think of Hanna-Barbera cartoons. When characters talk in a Hanna-Barbera cartoon, they only move from the neck up, right? It's the head moving around making gestures. To indicate that a character is talking. Very rarely do they do much expression with their bodies, like except maybe to raise an arm, right? Family Guy does much the same thing. Full animation is when for every movement the character is making, you fully animate the character. You draw the whole character, like whatever, as much of the character as is on screen, you draw the whole of them doing the action. And that's what's happening here with Marcille and the staff. There's such an easy way to make that into limited animation, right? Very easy. You could make that into limited animation, no problem. But this is full animation of the whole character for everything that's happening from the knees all the way up to the shoulder to the head, full animation. And that's... God, effort. It's so cool. Effort. Anyway. 3, 2, 1, unpause. Chilchuck's face in this scene, limited animation. It's gonna be fun to see those characters re-explored. Again, the little walking animation there, like, effort. Oh. Also, the way the water moves over the surface of that orb. Oh my fucking god! Oh my god, it looks so good. Jesus! It's another one of those fucking episodes. Fuck me. Oh, it looks good. Holy shit, it looks good. It looks so fucking good. God, the animation in this show drives me crazy. Uh-oh. Fuck me, the character animation is good. So this is a Marseille episode, then. Fuck me, the animation's good here. Oh my god. Holy fucking shit. Oh my fucking god, animators going god mode. Absolutely god mode. Bang time! Oh, it looks good. Yeah, she's gonna need the iron and the protein. God, fuck me, running! That animation was cool. Poor girl. Seriously, the fucking animation. Hey, look who it is. I guess we get to see her next episode. Good God, fuck me running. Okay. No, but for serious motherfucking real. Seasonal anime? Squash and stretch. Look at Marcial's neck, how long it is here for this shot, because it's like snaps back as she's going down. Like, and as she's hunching over, and like the water that starts pouring off her shoulder, and like the trail that leaves in the water underneath. And you can see, like, this is a really, like, Senshi's whole physicality here is so different than it is in the other episodes. Like, these episodes seem to be really led by their key animators. Like, their key animators seem to be given a lot of freedom on how to render the characters in each scene. Like, Senshi here is not on model at all with how he looks in certain other episodes. Like, not, like, really not at all. And like, neither is Chilchuck, but it's all in the service of like giving a lead animator freedom to move. Right, and freedom to really like pour their sensibility into the motion of these characters. Which, my God, they do. And with all of this dramatic lighting on the characters as well. And the fucking Undine, like the fucking Undine creature, like that shit right there. God, that's some gorgeous fucking effects animation. And also, like, just like look at the level of detail on Marcial's character in this shot, like with the hair that's like, they pay attention to making the hair have this wet texture, like it's all clumping together and like falling over her face, like the light coming from below from the lake illuminating up under her, like these levels of glow and shading to her face, and then like all the ripples in the water like that lead up to the firing of the actual shot. The dodge as she's like leaping out of that. God, it looks fucking good. And when she gets injured, like, the weight to that. And the follow through on all the motion. God, my. This is movie quality, right? Like well, not quite. It's inconsistent. Like there's these inconsistencies from shot to shot between like little things that feel a lot less like, because like if it was movie quality, you would have like a lead animator and then a whole team of animators and like lead animators for each character. Like it would be, I think it would be a lot more homogenized if it was like movie quality. This is personality driven animation. This feels person driven. Like the lead animators who are working on each shot really get to do their own thing. They really get to like imbue the characters with their own sense of personality. And poor Chilchuk and Senshi sort of being kind of useless here. And like even this thing, which is like such a joke animation, right? Like with the like even this thing, there's this rocking motion back and forth as Senshi's like inflating his lungs, pushing, inflating his lungs, pushing. Right? You see that, like that rocking motion back. Oh shit, fuck. That rocking motion back and forth of in like his shoulders and his whole body as he's going. It's like and this shot right here. Like also just the way that the animator is treating the camera. The way that they're treating like distortions into the field of view of the camera, like the perspective, the foreshortening here, where Marcial really gets this dramatic Pieta pose where she's like really lying there. Lio's in the fucking face. And the other faces too. Like, geez, like look how much the animator is just being allowed to fuck with the proportions here. To fuck with the model of the characters, to bring them off model, to distort them, to break them. Oh my fucking god, this is so fucking good. And this fucking shot, like, holy... Because, again, it's not just that they're animating, like, 3 characters running, right? That's not all they're doing. They're animating 3 characters running through a distorted sort of fisheye lens perspective, right? And then they're also animating this fucking hallway going... Hand animate... I don't know how to explain to you how much time and fucking effort it takes to hand animate architecture moving. It's a lot. It's a whole fuck bunch of a lot, with laser beams spewing in and fucking bricks flying everywhere, and each character having their own movement aesthetic. Like, flailing their shit about, like, again, going way off model, like Chilchuk practically looks like Shin-Chan here, right? Like, going way the fuck off model, getting this really scratchy, scrappy feeling. It's personality-driven. There's so much individual animator personality in this shit. Honestly, looking at the movement aesthetic that the character's moving, I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of the animators who trained on Shin-Chan. Like, because Shin-Chan, actually, as a show, has been an absolute breeding ground, like an absolute clearinghouse for highly talented, extremely competent animators who enter the rest of the anime industry. And, like, you can really see, like, just how much... Fuck keeping the character on model. Who cares? Who cares if the character's on model? Who cares if the character looked like themselves in this shot? get the motion right, get the movement right. Like, clearly that's the direction here, is just do the movement, right? This is not about polish. This is about expression. And this is such an incredibly expressive way to render that shot, with like Laios' face like pushing all the way into the fucking camera like that. Oh my fucking god, that was good. Holy fucking shit. Like, it was just short sequence, but also just the props to the director as well, like really managing the tension of the fight, like the escalation of, like, she sees the Undine at first, she falls on the water, and then we get like this escalating tension of like she blasts it to pieces, it's not that one, she blasts it to pieces, not that one, and the shots that keep becoming more and more close to lethal, right? First through the leg, then through the shoulder, and you just know like the next one would have been through the heart or something, right? So it's like, it's this like 3 shots, right? It uses the rule of threes against you, because you know there's 1, there's 2, and then there's 3. So like once 2 happen, you're just sitting there waiting for the third, right? Like, a third is coming at some point. And that's the thing that, like, the fight is about. Can you avoid being hit by the rule of thirds? Coming to the point of, like, oh, it has my blood. Shit, that's horrifying. So she gets a good hit in on it, and then it turns out, oh no, there's still more down there. Fuck me. This fucking show. Oh my god. Also, just the whole sequence with, like, Fallon. Again, I complain so much about character design for female characters. I really do. I know it's tiresome sometimes to listen to. This show just goes so far beyond what a lot of other shows do, because this is such a good demonstration, such a perfect demonstration, that even within a highly stylized anime style, you can do so much to create distinct, different, and unique faces, even on background characters, just by having a little bit of variety in how exactly is the nose rendered, what exactly is the shape of the eyes, where, like, this character has, like, the eye is outlined on top and on the bottom. This one only has on the top. This one has, like, this, like, the slightly slanted, sleepy eyes there. This character has freckles. This character, like, the little things you can do, like, with physicality, with size, with motion movement, to make characters distinct from one another. And I just love, like, this is an old woman, right? It's an old woman, old people, and she's an old halfling, it also seems like. This is an old woman, she's someone who's been alive for a hell of a long time, and so we give her, like, a face that just looks old and weathered, like she's been around for a fuck of a long time, and she's not really trying to look beautiful in her old age, right? Like, so we get... How many other anime do you get that kind of a face on a character who's not supposed to be, like, monstrous and weird and fucked up, right? It's not a lot, especially on female characters. There's this tendency, like, even when a character is supposed to be, like, distinctly very old, to not really show the... Because one of the effects of age is, like, our noses don't stop growing throughout our lives, right? Like they nose cartilage has a tendency to keep growing as you get older, so old people end up with larger noses. And a lot of character design just doesn't take advantage of that shit. Makes me so happy to see just a show that takes advantage of the full range, right? Of having like the pretty anime girl, like, with the very stylized face. That's Marcille, right? Like the teacher's pet, the perfect little schoolgirl. But then also other things, other physicalities, other ways of rendering, like, a face, other ways of rendering what a person looks like. And it's not like they fucking make a Picasso out of each individual face. It's not like they sink, like, 20 hours into character design carefully, every individual background character. Just that they are so clear and distinctive, where a lot of other classroom scenes in anime, right? Like, when it's a classroom, well, it's like, think of the Yu-Gi-Oh scene, the classic Yu-Gi-Oh scene where, like, every student has, like, brown hair, and like every male student has short hair and every female student has the same long hairstyle, and then there's the fucking bizarro Yu-Gi-Oh main protagonist anime character sitting in the back of class, like that shit, right? So much of anime, just because it has to cut those corners, because it has to cut those costs, treats incidental character design that way, with, like, these really indistinct, undifferentiated secondary and like background characters who just aren't really given any sense of individuality in their designs. And this is just like, even the different face shapes that we've got, like with this girl clearly has a different jaw shape than that girl, whose face is a little bit more like sharper, and like the halfling girl has much rounder, broader, like little things. Just I eat so well. I eat so fucking well. And like Marcille and Fallon's whole scene, again, if you rewatch this scene, pay attention to their physicalities, right? That in the classroom setting, right? When like Marcille is doing the thing, she's very confident, she's very at ease. This is her space, this is her kind of environment, right? And then as Fallon comes in, she's very uncertain, she's very insecure. Like she's sort of shoulders up around her neck, so sort of skulking through, trying not to get noticed, gets pushed. She feels uncertain and insecure in the classroom environment, where Marcille feels extremely at home and very social, very comfortable reaching out to others, very comfortable being present in the space and confident, because this is her environment. And then they go outside, and Marcille's body language changes. Like now it's the stick up in front of her, now it's like being worried about everything, now it's like standing carefully on the rocks while Fallon just sort of bounce across, because this is her environment, this is her world, right? This is where Fallon lives. She lives in the outdoors, and like so you get that sense of like the distinction between them, that both of them have something that the other one lacks, right? And that's what draws them together. That's why they have that friendship, is because each of them have qualities that like that the other one feels that they lack in themselves, and so that they're drawn to each other in that way, right? Like Marcille is drawn to Fallon's instinctual and like factual knowledge of the outdoors and the broader world outside of the classroom, and Fallon is clearly drawn to Marcille for her like her social competences and her ability to be like comfortable and like at ease in a academic environment. And it's like, oh, just through the animation of the characters, you can see where is the character comfortable, where do they feel powerful, where do they feel at ease, where do they feel at home, and where don't they, and how does that inform that? I'm eating so fucking well between this and Frieren. Oh my fucking god. Trigger, you bastards. Like, because like Trigger's character animation is not always on point. Like Darling in the Franxx, I did not care for the way that the character animation was handled in that show. Like, and to be fair, I didn't watch all of it. I watched a few episodes, and then I just felt in my marrow that like, no, this is just not the way it handles characters, the way it handles its shit. It's just not for me. And like, there are arguments to be made about Kill la Kill. I really like the character animation in Kill la Kill, but it definitely is a thing of like, that's a matter of taste. And I can see why someone wouldn't be drawn to it, but this fucking show, like the craft, the sheer animation craft, that ability towards solid drawing, the use of light and lighting in scenes like this. Like, this is the thing I noticed in like a previous reaction, is like the scenes where they're in the lake environment, when the light is coming from below, the ways they use that shit to heighten the drama of the action that's going on. Fuck me. It's so good. Just on an animation technical level, on a directorial level, on the level of freedom that is allowed for the animators for this. Like, because like an animation director could have so easily looked at shots like these and been like, no, this looks like garbage. Like, what are you doing? These frames look terrible, right? Like, this looks clunky, this looks chunky, this thing. An animation director, depending on the producer, like a producer, an executive producer, someone in charge who's like one of the money men, could have looked at that and gone, well, that looks fucking terrible, why would we put that on screen? Or even like looked at it in motion, right? Right, looking at it in motion, how goofy it really looks. The running that they do, and someone with money, someone who holds the purse strings, could have said, no, that looks terrible, that's bad for the brand, or whatever. Like, that needs to be redone in a safer, more conservative, like, more traditional style, so that easily, so easily that could have happened, right? Rather than the production having the confidence to say to the lead animators here, like, do your thing. Like, prioritize the expression. Just, like, go crazy on this. Like, fucking take off the training weights. Like, exit from the fucking 20 times Earth gravity training and just fucking flex your muscles. Just fucking go. Like, oh my god. This fucking show. This and Frieren. Fuck me. Oh my god. Oh, I need to rewatch some of these episodes and just glory in the fucking animation work that's being done. 'Cause... ooh. Holy shit. Okay, anyway, that's probably enough gushing for now. I could keep going. I could keep going, but I actually want to watch the next episode now. 'Cause this gets me so fucking hype. Ugh. Light cigarette, was it good for you too? Like, Jesus. Animation-gasm. I love, like, when animators are just allowed to play. It's the best shit. Anyway, I'm gonna go watch the next episode now. Bye.